Saints, welcome back to another week of SFHS Today. I'm Britany.
And I'm Austin. Just some reminders, the Cedar Creek Community School Carnival is coming up and they are in need of some volunteers still. The carnival is April 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Also, SFHS is looking at starting up a robotics team with grades 8 through 12 next year, so keep an eye out for that.
In world news, there was an attack in London where a man drove an SUV into crowds on Westminster Bridge towards Parliament. Then he left the vehicle armed with a knife and attacked a police officer. 4 people are confirmed dead and 40 wounded.
Also on Monday, Superintendent Troy Ferguson made a call to District 15 households to alert them that a threat of violence had been made via Snapchat concerning the high school. Local law enforcement and the administrative team determined there was no credible threat.
Also, here in the school, things are changing. As you may have heard, Michelle Keenan will be the new interim assistant principal, while Mr. Donnie Thompson is over at East Bethel Community School filling in for the principal, Angie Scardili, while she is on leave.
Let's go to Tyler, who talked to Assistant Principal Michelle Keenan, who got us more information on it.
So this assistant principal position lasts until the end of April unless things change for the other principal that is on leave right now.
We had lots of very quality applicants for this position, and we interviewed several really great candidates. A couple things that we had to consider with this position is that it is only a temporary position, and so it was something that we needed to make sure that we would be able to find a substitute replacement for their current classes. And so for language arts, we were able to take some of our current language arts teachers and fill her sections to make sure that her classes will still get a quality education. And also she brings some experience working here as an intern, and she has also served kind of as a fill-in when all 3 administrators have to be out of the building. Ms. Keenan does bring a lot to the table. She brings good ideas, fresh ideas to the administrative team, and I think she'll be a really great addition to our team.
I got my license last spring, and so we went through the interview process. I also worked summer school 2 years ago here as the administrator in charge, and so I think those experiences working with this administration team allowed me to be able to get into the position.
Well, serving as an assistant principal is quite different from serving as a teacher. So I think just the day-to-day, not knowing what is going to come through our door and not knowing, what challenges we're going to face on a daily basis will definitely be a change for Mrs. Keenan. And it's a little different for her too, because she has been a teacher this year, and so she brings in a very unique perspective to our administrative team to be able to contribute to, what teachers are have going on in the classroom right now. I believe some students probably continue to see her as a teacher for now, and so to have that shift that, they will be able to approach her now as an assistant principal. She's got a very approachable demeanor though, so I don't see that as being necessarily a challenge.
Thanks, Tyler. Hey, Austin, did you know the Bridge Street Singers took home their 2nd grand champion win this last weekend at Sioux Falls, South Dakota show choir competition?
Yeah, I did. Also, they're ranked nationally in the top 50. Wow, let's go to Misty, who got some updates on how their season went.
It was fantastic. It was more than I could have hoped for. These kids had the most successful season that we have had as a show choir. They never finished lower than 3rd, won twice, received best vocals 3 times. Yeah, it's a season for the books for sure. I'm proud of all of you, and you've earned everything that you've gotten this year, and you know that, and you know that your work has spoken for itself.
My favorite memory was the bus rides and also just the long practices with my family. I'm gonna miss all the fun times with everyone.
It was very fun. It was my first year being a Bridge Street singer, and we managed to win our last 2 competitions, and we got best vocals not only in the last 2, but our first competition out at Ankeny Centennial, we got best vocals, and that was pretty satisfying. My favorite memory would probably be going to Hastings and our final show, because that was when it all kind of felt like it came together. It felt really, really good.
My favorite memory would probably be at Hastings when everybody rushed up onto the stage. Yeah, we didn't kind of know what to do.
The season was very successful. Our last 2 weeks out, we took grand champs and best vocals.
Show choir is awesome, and we're proud of the work that these kids have done, and we hope people will keep supporting it, supporting the kids who are involved in it, because it's a really special activity for a lot of kids, and it's becoming a really wonderful part of our school culture and school community in terms of extracurricular activities and athletics. So, yeah, these kids work hard, and we're super proud of them.
Thanks, Misty. Also, the competition, the Bridge Street Singers were awarded some caption awards.
They were awarded Best Vocals, and also one of our students, Jake Hoper, was awarded Best Male Soloist. That's why he's this week's 5 Minutes of Fame.
Student celebrities everywhere, this is why you should care about 5 minutes of fame.
He sings so beautifully, and he's so invested in his performance. The moment that his solo happens in our show is a really powerful moment, and I think the way that he performs sort of lends itself to being given some awards.
When they called my name for Best Male Soloist, I was super surprised. I did not see it coming at all, and honestly at first I didn't even process that they said my name, so I was like just sitting there, and everybody around me like stood up and started screaming, and I was like, why is everybody screaming? And I was like, oh, they just said my name.
I feel like Jake put in a lot of effort this year, vocally practicing all the time, so I believe that he possibly deserved more than one award, but he definitely deserved this award. He put the time and effort in, and I'm very happy for him, and that's why he's so successful, because he's always going 100% and doesn't take a day off.
Rushing towards the beach, but you know I'll be there waiting with my arms outstretched to reach
I was just thrilled for him. He's been singing so well this year, and I was pleased that he was finally being recognized for the good work that he does.
Also, our middle school show choir, Vocalosity, took first place as well at the Best of Shows show choir competition.
Speaking of winning streaks, speech had two students, Elizabeth Vang and Emma Saice, were awarded conference champions.
Let's go to Jessica, who got us more information.
I'm in the category prose, and I'm in the category informative. Individually, I thought I did pretty well. First round, I thought I didn't do as good, but apparently the judge thought differently, so yeah.
Yeah, I thought I did really well overall. Had a couple coughing incidents, but other than that, I felt I did good.
We did pretty well as a group. Yeah, we placed second, I believe, for silver medal for the highest GPA.
It's been a lot of fun to watch them do as well as they've done. They've put some hard work into it. They're very creative and very hardworking, and they take a lot of instruction very well and have modified things a lot over the course of the season. So it's been fun to watch them grow and change and learn their pieces. Conference on Tuesday night, we had 2 conference champions and 3 honorable mentions. So they've done very well this year.
Speech went very well this year. I'm very excited for sections coming up on April 1st. The team has bonded. They're honing their skills. They've grown so much in how to speak and when to pause and how to bring their characters to life. or the information that they're going to give to you. They're absolutely fabulous. We did well. We had 2 all-conference champs, which was they placed first at conference. We had 4th place and a 6th place and a 2nd place, and we had people that just barely made it into that. They had like 7th. It was they've learned so much, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. The really cool thing about joining speech and what the students really like, as well as like, just hanging out with each other and learning new things. There's a couple of them. One, it develops more confidence. They can now get up in front of their peers and they're like, okay, here's my presentation. And they feel like, oh, I can get a B or an A because I already know how to do this. I'm speaking competitively. They've also learned from each other. People have said, you know what, I would have never talked to you because you're from this realm over here, or you're from here, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're a nice person too. And so you get to learn people from different ways of life.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.
Stay tuned for weather and sports.
Saints, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Walker.
On Friday, it's going to be a high of 50 and a low of 30.
Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 34.
And on Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 45 and a low of 35.
Have a great weekend, Saints.
Hey Saints, welcome back to sports. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Jessica. Sports will soon be in full swing within the next few weeks. Golf and baseball both start on Monday, and boys tennis will be starting next Monday. Reporter Chi Vu went out and talked to coaches about how they think the season will go.
All of our sports already started, except for boys tennis starts next week. So we have boys and girls golf in the spring. We have track and field for both boys and girls. We have baseball and we have softball. We returned a number of players in almost all of our sports from last year. All of the kids that made it to the state meet in track and field are coming back. Amanda Anderson is defending state champion. Tommy Swaggert was in the state meet also, along with a couple of, or Genuine Matthews was a terrific all-state performer for us. So we have a number of high-quality track and field athletes back. All of our pitching is back for baseball. All of our position players are back for our girls softball team. And our boys tennis team took a hit. We lost quite a few pretty good seniors that played for us for a number of years, but we have a lot of young kids coming up and play, and hopefully they'll compete well for us. For our golf teams, we lost our top 3 male golfers from our team, but we return a lot of young kids, and we have a lot of freshmen that are fairly talented that are coming out for our boys golf team. In our girls golf team, we return May Grayheck and Riley, and they will be our main 2 girls we lean on, as we lost 3 or 4 of our top girls from our golf team. But we'll compete well, and hopefully they'll have a great season and we'll get nice and warm out for them.
So our expectations for this year, we actually returned pretty much our whole squad from last year. We lost 1 senior to graduation. So we have pretty high expectations this year for our girls that are coming in. They've really gelled very well together and had a lot of experience from last year. So we'd like to see ourselves at the top of our conference, top of our section. And our goal, I think, with all of our girls this year would be to compete and try to get ourselves to the Final Four in our section. As far as upcoming events, we have a scrimmage this Saturday at St. Cloud State. We'll get an opportunity to actually scrimmage a couple other teams in the morning and then do some team bonding. We usually go out to eat and just have some fun time as a team. And then in about a week and a half, we'll open with Cambridge Ice Ante for our first game here at St. Francis High School.
Well, the girls' golf season started on Monday, the 20th of March. We were able to get outside a couple days this week when the weather cooperated, but golf is a spring sport that relies a lot on the turf and the grass and the putting surface. So it's a little slow going right away, but next week should be better, and the next week even better yet. So we'll be planning on being out full speed next Monday practicing. We have 2 more full weeks of practice before our first invitational at Monticello Country Club. And from that day forward, we have 2 or 3 events every week till the end of May.
Thanks, Chi. Track had their first practice on Monday. Tyler and Walker got us an intro story.
So I am one of the co-head coaches of the track team. Mark Hansen is the other head coach. We've had a great start to our season. We haven't had the best weather, but it could definitely be worse. We're glad there isn't any snow on the ground, and we're looking forward to it warming up.
I joined track to improve my endurance and my running skills, and mostly to impress my coaches for football.
Because I want to stay active, and I have a lot of friends there.
As far as the start of the season, we had way more students sign up than we thought. We are currently at 113 athletes, and every day is amazing. We love working with all the new kids and all of our returners.
6 years. I run the 100, 200, and 400, and the 400 is my main event. And I did do some relays in the past, but this year I don't think I'm going to. My fastest time for the 400 is a 48.29. 100 is a 10.8, and the 200 is a 21.8.
And this upcoming Tuesday, we are getting ready for our first scrimmage against Andover High School. So we'll get our kids a taste of some competition. We're looking forward to some good weather, and we're excited to see what the rest of the season has in store.
Thanks, guys. Backtracking a little bit into winter sports, we'd like to congratulate Brielle Arsdorf, Caitlin Forlity, Lauren White, Rachel Miller, and Sydney Green on making it to the high performance program for Minnesota hockey.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.
Have a fantastic weekend.